I'm back.
You've had a good
I'm
one.
well rested. I'm well rested, you know. I'm actually well rested. When I got the flight back, I didn't feel that way because I just didn't sleep that well on the plane. So yesterday, I was in and out of sleep all day yesterday. But I woke up today and I just feel so well rested, bro. Trust me.
You needed it.
Yeah, 100% I needed it.
You needed it. You're going crazy right now.
Yeah.
You're going crazy.
The last couple of weeks have been good still. Malta was good. Malta was really good. A lot of the things that I feared didn't. Some of them happened, but not in a way that made
affected
it a thing.
you.
Yeah, made it a thing. Obviously, Freedom Street was on the same time that we was doing what we was doing.
Yeah.
There's that whole thing. That's just the whole another thing anyway. But I was kind of worried that, can you close that door? Yeah, quickly. Sorry. I was kind of worried that bare people from over there was going to start coming outside and hanging around, trying to get in and this, that. And that did happen.
Of course.
It did happen, but it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know, it was a few people as opposed to a lot.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And it's understandable. There's a vibes going on over here. You get what I'm saying? Why are you not going to want to try a thing?
I would have.
Yeah, 100%. It just meant that I had to be a little bit strategic in when it was time for me to get to the dance and this, that, and not be outside the front. Because one time, there was somebody outside the front I needed to get in. The way the whole system worked, it was with wristbands, so it weren't no guest list. So if you was coming through, it's not. I'm not putting Poet's name on at the thing to go and get a wristband. We got to send you an email. You got to do X, Y, Z, woo, all of that.
Oh,
then you get a wristband, and then in that wristband you pattern. Yeah,
sweet.
Even with buying drinks and stuff like that, it's all through this wristband. So if I don't put you on the list, I can't just say, oh yeah, can we just bring this person through? Adding to the fact that these security lot don't know me. You get what I'm saying? I can't go to the front and say, oh yeah, security. In here, in England, I can do that. Because more time I know the security man or the head doorman or whatever. Over there, they don't know nothing about nothing. Yeah, and if you don't have a wristband, you can't get in. So one of the times when I went outside, it was a little bit mad. Man are trying to offer me pee and this, that, and thing or whatever. It was just, all of that was long. But as a whole, it was good. It was a good time. We had a good time, and it worked out really well. And then when I come back, my barber opened up the shop for me, so I'm grateful to him. Honourable shout out to Pekka. Yeah, got my trim at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night time. Went home, unpacked, packed again, paid some bills, and then went to the airport, linked Mumsy. Yeah, went to Kenya, and bro, oh man. It was so good for so many different reasons.
Go through that.
But one being, I'll go through the main reason. So, I don't have those childhood stories of going on holiday with my parents.
Okay.
That wasn't my life.
Story.
You get what I'm saying? We didn't go away like that. That wasn't what we did. Yeah, when I was like proper kid, like 2, 3, 4, whatever, I used to go to Seaside with my grandmother. So do that sometimes. And she used to foster. So the foster kids that she had and whatnot, I used to be with them. We used to go to the Seaside, wherever else, yeah. But we never went on holiday. The only place that I ever went on holiday was with my mum and Peter. I was about 7 and we went to Turkey, I think. That was the only time that we ever went on holiday. So later on now, when things started to get a little bit more comfortable for my mum and Peter and whatnot, I'm an adult now. So they're going on holiday, but I'm not going on holiday with them. Like, that's just, I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing my own thing. The circumstances are different now. Obviously, Peter's not here. I'm an adult. Like, you know what I mean? I'm at a different space in my life or whatever. And my mum's on her own. But she's not on her own. When I say she's on her own, Peter's just not there. But she's got support. You know what I mean? She's got family. She's got me. She's got friends and whatever else. But she's at a space where she's like trying to create different memories and do different things and not necessarily do the things that she did with Peter because she's not ready for that yet. So for example, she's not really ready to go back to Jamaica yet because she went to Jamaica with Peter, and that's
makes
a lot.
sense.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And I said to her, if you do go to Jamaica, the one place that she hasn't been in Jamaica is Port Antonio, and I think that place suits her whole personality.
Okay.
So I'm like, if you are gonna go up there. That's a whole different thing. But anyway, now I went to, I don't know if you remember. Of course you'll remember. When I started doing the documentaries with Vice, yeah.
Can't ask me, do I remember?
Right then. I went to Ghana, innit, and I filmed a doc in Ghana. When I came back from Ghana, I said to my mum, I was like, you know what, yeah? I think you would like Ghana for X, Y, and Z reasons, yeah? And so she went that following year. She went. That was when I told you, if you've been listening for a long time, you'll know this as well. Manny Norte patterned the driver for her and all of that, yeah, which I was so grateful for. And that made that reduced her anxiety in going to a different country like that on her own. She had a driver, took her wherever she needed to go. She had everything, sort whatever, and she enjoyed that. And so she went the following year after that. She went twice in a row. So now this time, when she's thinking about going somewhere in Africa, somewhere else, I'm saying to her, do you know what? I'll come, you know. Like, I'll roll with you. Like, these are the times that I can go. Let's go together, innit? So we was originally going to go to Rwanda, yeah. We couldn't go Rwanda because they got a conflict with the Congo at the moment, yeah. And I'm not sure how long it's been going on for. Huh?
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah. And also, my mum is one of them people who likes to go in the sticks. So that definitely didn't make me feel comfortable. The city of Rwanda right now is supposed to be beautiful, especially considering how far they've come with their genocide. Their genocide, absolutely insane. By the way, we talk about all of these other atrocities in certain places and whatnot, yeah? If you don't know, go and just do a little bit of research on that genocide that happened in Rwanda. Absolutely. It's unbelievable what was happening to these people. 900,000 people dying in such a... mate. That's a conversation in itself. Anyway.
That's sad, bro.
So sad, bro. It's so sad. When you think that...
There's a movie.
Yeah, there's a movie about it. Hotel Rwanda. Go and watch that. Hotel Rwanda. Watch that film. And it's mad to think that it's like the Belgians that came in and separated these people, and these lot started to go mad on that. Like, it's deep. So anyway, Mumsy likes to go up into the sticks and whatnot. And if I'm going to go Rwanda, I know that's where the gorillas are. So I want to go and see the gorillas. But if there's a thing going on up there, I'm not trying to go into the sticks to go and see the gorillas. Because next minute now, it's kidnapping and boom, 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 boom. And the government here is definitely not going to do nothing about it for two reasons. One, because they're just not going to, it's nothing. And two, they have already said on the website, yo, we'd advise you to not go there. But if you go there, you're going there at your own risk. So if I get kidnapped now, they're going to say, you went at your own risk. You're going to have to deal with that, right? So...
Can I just also point out, people, Chuckie's wants to go somewhere where the two things that can happen is you can see a gorilla or you can get kidnapped. Both of which I do not find intriguing.
Yeah. So anyway, there was a few different places that came up now and whatnot, and then Kenya was one of them. But Mumsy wasn't really on Kenya, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Reason being, yeah, she's not a touristy person at all. And I think in her mind, she's thinking, anytime people say that they're going to go to Africa, they're going to go Kenya and they're going to go on a safari. And in her mind, it's like, she just likes to go places, really immerse herself in culture. And I think in her mind, this just seemed like too much of a commercialized thing for her, yeah? But anyway, somehow we settled on it. And I said to her, cool, look, I don't mind, we'll go there, it should be good. We don't have to do all of that stuff. The only thing I do want to do, though, I want to see a giraffe. That's the only thing. I want to see a giraffe outside of the podcast, right? So anyway, so anyway, she wasn't really too on that either, to be honest with you. But anyways, booked it, whatnot. This has come up. We've gone to Kenya now, and the first day we just chilled and whatnot. And I told her, look, I know a guy out here called G Money. He used to be on One Extra. Used to live here. He's been living there for a little while. He does a lot of shows. Brought Beanie Man out there. A bunch of different people. He definitely does his thing. So I was like, we should meet him because he will know the places that we can go that are not necessarily the thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. We can understand the culture more. So big up him, because we did go and link him, and I think once we sat and spoke to him and he was letting us know like how certain things work out there and whatnot, it just made life so much easier. And he done a lot of good gestures as well for us that he definitely 100% didn't need to do. So big up G Money. But you know what was really good? What was really good is me and my, I got a good relationship with my dad and my mum, and I had a good relationship with Peter in it, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I speak to my mum on a regular basis. But when you deep it, it's like the conversations are actually just quite surface level to a degree. My mum will ring me, how are you? How's your day? Yeah, it's good. Recorded the pod, did this, did that. You all right? She'll tell me a little bit about her thing. That's it. That's basically it. I'm off. Might not speak to her for a few more days, whatever, and then we'll get back on the phone, and it's kind of that, yeah. But this time, obviously, I'm away. We have to plan some things. We're going to chill, but we're also going to talk. And in that time, with all of the things that we did, some of the sickest things that we did do was just sit and talk. And I felt like I learned so much about how my mum's mind works today, the things that she's thinking and feeling, whatever. And probably the same for me, because there was bare things I probably talked to her about that I don't really, I've never really spoken to her about. But we're going to sit here and reason. We had some really good, powerful type conversations. Some were really unfortunate. Like, she told me some things that was uncomfortable to hear, yeah, but was necessary for me to know and to understand, yeah. And that was probably the best part of the trip for me. Do you know what I'm saying? But then we ate food, went to a restaurant called Amaika, yeah. This place, I swear, I had the best food that I've had in a long time in this restaurant. If you could go there, definitely go there. I met a lot of people out there. There's so much people out there that watch the pod, like, which was mad sick to see as well. Like, going through the mall and people just like stopping and like talking about either the pod or R&B and slow jams or whatever else. Like, to be that far and to see, you know what I'm saying? It was just sick. The people at 270 rooftop, like we stayed there in one of the apartments in there, and there's a rooftop at the top. Yeah, the people just proper cool. Like, it was such a good time. I saw the giraffe. You know what I mean? I went and saw another giraffe. We did the safari. Went to a museum. We chilled, ate food, did nothing. We did a whole load of nothing at times. Went for a young little walk. Talked to locals. Watched a lot of Kenyan YouTube. I completely disconnected from here, bro. I didn't even really know what was going on over here. There's only a couple of things that I know about that happened here. I'm going to go through them. We can talk about them. But like, bro, I didn't know what was going on over here. I had most things on my phone wasn't even really active. Every once in a while I might jump in and just see what like the black people are talking about and whatnot. But I really wanted a time to just be in a different country and fully be present. In Jamaica, I'm present, obviously, but still, I got my phone, I know what's going on, and I'm still doing the chattings and whatever else, yeah. But like, over there, I was just so, like, in what was happening over there.
Do you reckon it's because with Jamaican culture, you find out so much about it over here, and there's so much different people to speak to about it over here,
100%,
that you can have that conversation, whereas Kenya was just a bit of a whole new experience. Like, just talking to some of the people, like, look, let's not get it twisted, yeah. I can sit here and I can say, you know what, like, I had a really good time, the people are really cool, the traffic is insane, it's insanity, but the people are really cool and all of that, yeah. But just like everywhere, they have their problems. You know what I mean? They have their poverty. They have their government issues and all of that type of stuff, yeah. What I will say is, in my experience, this is just my experience of going to Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya, is that their people do seem a lot more chilled, even within that mess,
than other places, especially like Nigeria. Nigeria and Kenya, in regards to like how chilled people are, is like just two complete ends of the spectrum. And I think that a part of that might just be down to the fact that we know that Nigeria has a population of 220 something million. When you go there, you actually feel that. The moment you come out of the airport, it feels like the whole population is in the airport, blood.
There's people everywhere.
It's crazy. And it's like that, in my experience, by the way, everywhere. There, it's not so much like that. Yeah, the people they've got problems and whatever else, and there's stuff going on, but it's like that level of intensity isn't there. There are some things that happen over there that I mean, one of the things that someone said to me, I started to understand about an area called Kibera, which is where their slums is, yeah? And we drove past there a few times. And when you go past there, if you close your eyes and think of what a slum is, it's exactly that and more, yeah? Someone's telling me, oh, you can do a tour through Kibera. I said, a tour? Yeah. He was like, yeah, if you want, you can book a tour, you could go through Kibera. I said, all of that, that's not my, it's a slum. These are human beings that live there through whatever the circumstances is. Going there and doing it. And the reason why this conversation come up, I actually need to give it context, yeah? It's because anyone who knows me knows that when I go to certain places, I do tend to go through a hood or go through certain areas or whatever. And I do that only because of curiosity to to try and understand like why things are the way they is and whatever, but not to treat it as like some type of a museum, because I understand that these are people that live there, like this is their life. That's exactly what it looks like, bro. This is exactly what is that it? That's it.
That's advertisement for the guided tour.
That's crazy. But when you drive through there, that's what it is. That's what it is. And it stretches for how long would it be?
This?
Like,
what like that?
Yeah, that don't look familiar. That don't look familiar to me. But it's like a big long road.
Did you take a helicopter in Kenya?
Look at that one. Sorry, bottom left. Yeah, down there. Yeah, that one. You can drive when you're driving through. You can see all of that and whatnot. It's mad. I'm like, yeah, man, if you're going to go down there and give clothes and do all of that type of stuff, cool. But to walk around there with a tour guide and take pictures with people and stuff like that, that's not my kind of, that's just not my kind of thing. I'm not really on that. But
it's almost like flexing, isn't it?
I just don't like that. And then also what it made me think about as well, yeah, is that I don't have crazy expensive taste and all that. I don't really go to like countries usually and spend a crazy amount of money, yeah. But there's this feeling that I have sometimes where I'm like, I go here, I have a certain type of privilege because the pound is strong, so I can Uber ride. I could be in the Uber yeah, for like 35 minutes. You know how much this Uber's costing me?
Go on.
£2. £2. I'm buying food, yeah. I'm getting like 2 meals, drinks, water, this, that, and the thing, whatever. I'm spending a tenner.
Yeah.
And like, I'll be on a rooftop drinking tea or whatever else and have a quick food and whatnot. I'm spending £5 something. And the equivalency of this here is it's a whole next thing. It's a whole next thing. And so there's this like feeling where I had lunch with this lady and we was talking about she was talking about coming back to her country because she was born there. She lives in England now, but she spends a lot of time in Kenya. Her family's there building a house or whatever. I was talking about going back, like what it looks like to go back to Jamaica or go back to your country and invest in your country and stuff. And you start going down this rabbit hole where you're like, okay, cool. You come here, you make the English pound, which is strong when you go to different countries and that, yeah. You go there, you spend it. Sometimes some people overspend. Mm-hmm. They might go there and buy up a whole bunch of stuff because remember the property over there is so much cheaper. If you're going to buy let's say you're going to buy an apartment in the main part of Nairobi, you could get an apartment for like 50, 60, 70 grand.
What?
Yeah. Lovely. Rooftop, everything. 3 bedrooms, all of that type of stuff. Listen, you could do all of that, but you know what it does
HC in
do?
Kenya?
Huh?
No, carry on.
Yeah, but what it does do is, yeah, obviously see the opportunity in that because they know that there's people out there that will invest in it or whatnot. They need the land to buy these to build these apartments and stuff, which then means obviously they tell the people that live there, give them an option, usually not really an option, but we'll give you some incentive, you move out so we can take the land. They'll build upon that. And then what ends up happening is over a period of time, although I can go there and it's insanely cheap for me, it's not for them. And a lot of people that are not from these places go there and they see the opportunity because it's so cheap and the quality of life is nice and whatnot. And usually your currency, wherever you are, whether you're in Australia, America, or whatever, the currency is stronger when you go over to these type of places. So many people go back there, they like pump money in that way, but then it makes it so much more expensive for the people that actually live there.
Gentrification.
That's exactly what it is. So it's kind of like when having those conversations about like going back home or investing in these type of places and whatnot, it's almost like most people will not think about it like this because it's just you're the center of your own universe and you're just going to just do what you think is best for yourself. But when you come out of that and you're looking at what is best for the people and the economy, I guess the question is, what is the right way to do it so that the people that live there are not majorly affected? Do you know what I mean?
You're not in control of that.
Well,
So you're actually fighting a battle in your mind that I, to a certain extent, think is pointless. Unless you work in government or you have the ability to make the living conditions in that country better for the people of Kenya, I think it's a pointless battle. My nigga, you can't even do that over here. So
Because you're the victim.
No, it's not about look, this is how I look at life. I mean, EA. Circumstances are circumstances. If you're not prepared to change the circumstances, you have to figure out the safest way to navigate through them. So let's take a look at Jamaica, for example. Whether I don't want it to happen, might want it to happen, not sure about it happening. The Chinese are going to invest.
they have already. By the way, the Chinese have invested over there.
Of course.
See the toll roads. Sorry to interrupt you. See, we talk about the toll roads in Jamaica and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They got that in Kenya still. Chinese run that.
So gentrification happens regardless. So should I sit here thinking about the best way to approach a situation that's happening anyway, or should I just approach it because I know my intention's not the same?
Angel's advocate, what you've just said is something that is like an infrastructure project built by another country that somewhat benefits the people. I'm not saying it benefits everybody. Somebody has to pay a pretty penny, but it benefits the people to an extent. Building an apartment block in the middle of Nairobi and kicking out the people that were living there
Doesn't
originally.
benefit them.
No,
it doesn't benefit those people.
my G, I'm so with you. It didn't benefit what they did in Wood Green when they knocked down certain parks.
Right.
But it's going to happen. So what I said to the guys in the hood was, why don't you buy that stuff? Then the people that are from the community are buying the community. But then you have more say. If you're not putting down a pound, you have no say.
I hear what you're saying, but my argument to that is that okay, cool. In Wood Green, the people them are the victims of the gentrification, right? People are building houses, people are moving in there for 400, 500, 600 bags. It's London. It's zone 3, zone 2. Is it zone 3? Zone 3?
Mm-hmm. What no? Where Wood Green is? That's zone 2.
Zone.
Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, regardless, it's London. Yeah. And so what ends up happening is that you build that apartment block, and then they build a Gales, £5 coffee. They build a artisanal bakery, £6 for a donut type shit. So now you're in that position where like now the man them who would go to that cafe that used to be a cafe that was £4 for a full English, it's now £5 for a whole coffee. And then now they're priced out. They got to go to a different place and move here, and it becomes inconvenient to an extent, right? And then you're saying, and then Chuckie saying that people would leave London, go to Kenya, and do the same thing. You're perpetrating the victim, not the victimness, but like what happened to you, you're doing to somebody else, and I don't like that mentality.
So I'm saying it again. So you
unless you're investing in the community.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you, EA Sports. Doing nothing makes no change. Speaking about change makes no change.
Agreed.
Being part of the change makes change.
Right.
So if I want to change Kenya, I'm going to buy a yard in Kenya. And then I'm going to immerse myself in the community, take a look at what they need, and try and figure out the best way in which I can do it. But the only way I can do it is buying a yard in Kenya. I have to be there. So when you take a look at that situation that's presented where they're shipping out a part of it and they're just, which is horrible, and then they're going to just get loads of people that don't care about the community to buy it, to live there. If everyone that cared about the community bought them places, then somehow, I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm not saying in 3 years, but in about 10 years time, there will be change that will benefit the people in Kenya in that part. But if you just leave it to the people that have done it for the reasons that you're speaking, nothing I go on.
That's true. The only problem is that most people just don't think like that.
I think that's really naive.
No, what I'm saying to you is I'm educating, I'm here speaking. If people don't think like that and I'm here talking about it on the pod,
then people can think like that. If the thing is, these conversations are important sometimes because
give people credit. So scrunching up your face.
What
throw lemon in your eyes.
What it could do is it could make people think a little bit different, even if it's just one person, about what it looks like to go back. Whereas a lot of people don't think like that. They'll just think about what is the best interest to themselves.
Very true.
Are you
And they will
listening
just
to
do
a
that.
gentrifier though? The guy that moves into Wood Green, that 500 grand flat in Wood Green, if he starts telling you how to move, are you listening to him?
You're not hearing.
Listening to
But
him.
again, you're not listening to me, and that's the problem here. Listening, because I heard what you said, responded, and gave you a great response. Your response lets me know you didn't listen to me. There's some things that happened in between buying the purchasing the property. I said immerse yourself in the community. I said find out what they need and then figure out the best way to cater to it. You ignored all of that and went straight to the Christopher Columbus.
You've already labelled the gentrifier as a gentrifier. You're not going to listen to that person.
No, you're not going to listen to somebody that doesn't do anything for you, EA Sports. I just gave you a list of situations that have happened and I've witnessed and I've been a part of and I've done. So I'm speaking from a place of knowledge, experience. You're speaking from that sofa. Get up.
And go where?
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
Yes.
So that's all it is. And do you know one thing we need to do as well, EA Sports? You need to have a little bit more faith in people. Chuckie told me his mum wasn't planning on going Kenya because it was a bit too... Chuckie just come back with Kenya from his mum. So you have to show faith in people, because the moment you show someone how something can benefit you and how you can immerse yourself and it can be a nice thing back and forth, more time people are going to do it. People just say no because they don't feel safe. Make them feel safe, man. Make them feel safe.
That's interesting. Yeah, some people don't do it because they don't feel safe still. They are told that these people are animals and this, that, and they react a certain way and whatnot. So they step away from that. But yeah, it's a lot. I can't speak for that side of it because I don't know. I haven't spoken to a lot of people. This was just a little rabbit hole I went through in my own mind. And I'm just making assumptions, so I understand that too. But it does feel like people don't necessarily do these type of things with an open mind. They just do it. They just do it just to benefit themselves. Yeah. And I was watching an interview the other day with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, yeah, and the guy was interviewing him, talking to him about one of the topics that came up was the beaches, yeah, because there's Jamaica has beautiful land and beautiful beaches, but the locals can't get to the beaches, and so they're building. There's more things that are getting built in and around there, but not for the locals though. It's just for the all-inclusive resorts, or for the people that live outside that have come in, spending the strong currency there, and then phasing out the locals. What are you going to do about that? Because that's an actual thing. What we got here on the screen here?
Well, it says, I asked how many beaches in Jamaica are private. It said, while there's no exact number of how many beaches are private, a vast majority of Jamaica's beaches are inaccessible to the public
100.
due to private resorts, hotels and land, with only 1% being fully open.
And so I think that again, this is an assumption here. I don't, and also based upon conversations that I've had with people, yeah, And I'm also throwing this out there that the conversation that I've had with people is not a representation of everybody. So I could be completely wrong. But when it comes to people that I know that I invest in going back and doing that, they don't think about that. That's not a thing. Ultimately, it's just, you know what, I'm back, it's beautiful, I'm going to build something over there, and it is what it is for me, and I'm just going to give it to my youth.
But again, there's nothing wrong with that, for the simple fact that you're not there. Now, if you have an open mind, when you get there and you see the discrepancies, if you're a good person, especially if you're Jamaican and you love the country, I doubt you're going to turn a blind eye to it, especially in today's climate.
You'd be surprised.
If you do, then boy and a dog, that's disappointing, because that's not the reasons why you're meant to be doing those things.
Exactly. And that is also my point. But I think, and again, I'm not saying this is a representation of all, this is just my experience. Yeah? It's just that, like, there are some people that I know that they're born in Jamaica, they've left Jamaica, they go to New York, Brooklyn, wherever, London, do something for themselves, and then when they go back, they almost feel like, yeah, I'm up now, I'm better than everyone else, and this, that, and I've got people that are like, I'm quite close to that do that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Same.
So when they have that mentality, when they go back there with that mentality. Like, yo, I'm, you know what I mean, I'm woman, I do my thing over there and this, that, and it's like, yeah, cool, nice. You know what I mean?
But what else I got?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's this happening over there, and like, how much are you thinking about that? Well, you know, look, man, these are just little rabbit holes that I went down when I was over there. There was many different rabbit holes that I went down when I was in Kenya. Not all as deep as that, but as a whole, it was actually nice to go on holiday with my mother and it be comfortable and we can just par. Do you get what I'm saying? We could just go for a walk and just chat or not chat. Do you get what I'm saying? We could just sit there and she could just read a book and we just in each other's company, and it's just easy. And I think I look at that more so now as a blessing, because I know that that's not necessarily the relationships that people have with their parents for whatever reason. Like, and sometimes those things are because parents are human beings, innit? They're not like superheroes. They're not some, you know, we grow up thinking that your mum and dad are supposed to be this. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes the dad is that, sometimes the mum is this, sometimes there's absence, sometimes there's things going on, sometimes there's abuse, sometimes there's mental issues. You know, I know some people that you know, their mum's bipolar, or, you know, the dad's got dementia, and so you can't just do those type of things. If you've got a family member that's close to you that's got dementia, I don't know if you know how that affects the brain and how that affects the relationship. But it's a serious thing. When you get to a certain age, these are the type of things that can happen. You know, this so and so might be an alcoholic, or like, all of these type of things I've grown up around. Alcoholism, drugs, crack, cocaine, heroin, all of these type of things I've grown up around. And I have uncles and cousins that have been so immersed in elements of that. So I know the relationships that some of them have with their parents, or lack thereof. You get me? So, you know, time is limited. We're not around forever. Do you know what I mean? My mum's not going to be around forever. I'm not going to be around forever. But it's nice to have something in the bank.
100%, man. Especially like Kenya. That's not a joke. That's not Paris. That's not Germany. That's Kenya. Ken.
And that's it. I wanted to see a giraffe in Africa as well. Not here.
Africa.
Yeah, man. I don't want to see it in Ladbroke Grove.
No thanks.
I like this, because now I have 4 midget jokes. Lined up.
That's a koala bear.
Nah, honestly, me personally, that's a flex, boy. The older I get, simplicity is definitely a priority. Like, when you're younger, it's almost like you're trying to find out everything life has to offer, and then you get older and you realize half of the things it has to offer I'm not even interested in anyway. And then you just kind of gear your life towards, it's almost like life's like a school to a certain extent, where you do everything in secondary school, you narrow it down in college, and by the time you get to uni, you're just doing one thing. So like, I'm at that point in my life where I think I'm at university stage, where I'm not doing that much. So a trip like Kenya it just sounded like you was 3 or 4 geezer. Seems like you're just with your mum in very simple settings, which probably was very similar to when you was with your mum when you were younger, and you're just out here experiencing something new. It's just like, why would you think about England? There is no reason to think about England. One of the main reasons you would have thought about England is in Kenya with you. So you're just like, do you know what?
Yeah, trust me.
We're there. We're watching
100%.
Kenyan YouTube, eating Kenyan food, spending the Kenyan dollar.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, no, whatever it is.
Big up George as well, the driver. Anyone needs a driver
George.
out there, let me know. He's a good
And
one.
who's the DJ as well?
G Money.
G Money. That name is crazy.
Big up Lorna as well. And everyone else that I met, people that messaged me, people that was sending me, things to do, places to go, and all of that type of stuff. So yeah.
Do you know what though? You FaceTime me, and I can honestly say, Chuckie, when you FaceTime me, you look like you had nothing on your mind. Like you just look free.
It was clear.
Clear.
My mind was clear, bro.
And as soon as you step back in London,
bills. Listen.
Brother.
As soon as I set back bills, I got a flipping water bill the other day. I thought I was already done paying that. I got a big bill with that. I got driving 3 points. I got one of them.
Is it?
I got a bag of them. Not that, but I've got one of them and some parking things and whatever else. I got a bunch of stuff that the system has created as in somewhat a trap that ultimately if I did better, I wouldn't necessarily have to be paying it. But because it's there and the trap's there, I end up falling into the trap. So I only have myself to blame when it comes to that, innit? Yeah. Right now, I've parked on a single yellow. I was running a little bit late. I know that the single yellow is expires at 1 o'clock. So after 1 o'clock, really, I should be fine to park outside there. But you know what? To be honest with you, I was running a little bit late. I just wanted to park outside the front. If I get a ticket, it's my thing. Now, here's the problem. I'll take the ticket now and I'll be like, I'll moan and be annoyed that I couldn't just park outside the front in the first place. But whatever else, I'll say, cool, I'll go and do that later. But then me and you will leave here. We'll go and do whatever we're doing. Then I'm going to go and do whatever I'm doing over there.
I hear
then
it.
Before I know it, it's a whole next thing until I get another letter saying it's £180. Do you get what I'm saying? So I had a bunch of those and whatnot. But that didn't crush my spirit when I came back. I saw the letters in that there and I said, there is no way that this is going to crush my spirit right now. I'll deal with that when I deal with that.
Does London give us too much to think about?
Yes. Yes.
How does the average man in London survive with so much? Because it seemed like Kenya gave you freedom of thought. With more freedom of thought, I believe better decisions can be made.
But maybe
Go on.
yeah. No, go.
How are you able to get not the same? Because there's giraffes everywhere. There's gorillas in places that they shouldn't be.
No, there ain't gorillas there like that. By the way, they're in that's
Rwanda,
more Rwanda.
Congo.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that was Rwanda.
Yeah.
Shout out Rwanda. Woo. But most importantly, big man, you got freedom. Freedom of thought. And I just feel like that version of you that I saw, how do we see that version of most people over here? Is it possible? And if it is, how do you go about it?
No, there's so much to think. I don't know.
Not
There's
possible.
so much going on, and there's a lot going on over there too. But it's just different. It's just different. I was speaking to somebody out there who I'm gonna butcher this, but he was telling me about there was like some type of process. The government was trying to implement a tax. That was it. The government was. There's a part of this story that I did like. So the government was trying to implement a certain tax, yeah, on things. The people them said, "Nah, we're not on that." So everything shut down. They touched the road, but they went to the place where the government, with the government officials and that are.
Parliament.
They were Parliament, their Parliament version of that. They've gone in there on some vibe of you better just eradicate that now. They didn't implement the tax. They just scrapped that now.
Yeah.
Because obviously the people came out and spoke. Now, the unfortunate thing is a couple of people got licked down in the meantime, between time. Because obviously when you're out there and this is happening and whatnot, of course there's going to be some soldiers that's going to lick a couple man down or whatever else. But sometimes, unfortunately, you know, that's the sacrifice that may have been made for maybe the bigger purpose, because the people turned around and said, this is not what we want. This is not going to be good for us. So, yeah. But in terms of it being here, I don't know. I'm sure I came here one day and I said I was in Oxford Street one time. And I was standing right near Oxford Street train station, bro. I swear on my life, I'm just looking around. And I said to myself, as I'm looking around, it was somewhere between 4 and 6. I'm looking around and I'm like, how is everyone doing this?
I hear you, Chuckie, man.
How is everyone doing it?
I hear you, my bro.
Like, how are we all doing it?
Like, programmed. I'm talking like, I see people sometimes, because obviously I got a bit more time in my day. So I will glide to the station. But I see people come out of the train. I haven't even seen them apply for or think. It's just whoom, whoom.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
And I'm looking at
big
it.
programming.
And I'm like, so when does that end? When you get home? When do you start having your own thought process? Do you go like that, get to work, then with work, and then leave work and go? Like,
yeah.
Like, that is...
It's mad.
Like, you're not you until 7 p.m?
Yeah,
That's not a woo.
That's crazy. Oh, the last thing I do want to say, though, because obviously, Safari, woke up 5:30 in the morning, got picked up now in the truck, gone down there. Recommended, by the way. So, Lorna, I hope you don't mind me saying your name. She was the one. She was the one who recommended me. She's like, oh no, listen, I know somebody, whatever. So I've hit the guy. The guy's hit me back, told me what the process is. He's like, it's not gonna be him. He's gonna send me the driver. I'm like, alright, cool. Sent me the driver, given me his number. He's told me the place that I need to go online to go and register, put in his number plate, this, that, and the fourth. Get there now. When I've gone there, I've realised he's the guy. Yeah? Because as soon as we got there, then all the guards and that masked up with the big 4-5s and whatever else, they're dealing with him a certain type of way. Yeah? So anyway now, when we've gone there, immediately he's letting us know, oh, this is that, and that's this, and these are the buffaloes, and this is how you can tell the difference between X, Y, and Z and whatnot, yeah? So we're looking at all of these things in this natural habitat, vibes, whatnot. It's different. It's like, it's mad. It's like I'm in a movie, yeah? Then he's like, he's got a radio. So he's obviously radioing whoever is radioing now. Next minute, it's like he's driving through the Safari now, left, right. He's licking down the roads and whatnot now, yeah? We see 2 lions right there. 2 lions, bro. And you know what? You can see that this is the thing that everyone wants to see in it, because now, as I'm by the 2 lions, I can see these cars yinging down now, yeah, to try and get down there. But obviously, with the lions, you gotta be
very careful.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
If they feel threatened,
then it's mad,
bro.
And you know what is crazy about it is that
what lions were they? Were they male or female?
So the 2 males there's 2 lions that we saw to begin with were female.
So.
And then we saw 1 male. So anyway, now
the yard's
the lions are there now. We're like the first vehicle that's like kind of got near them, and they're just walking around like, it's weird. It's like they have this aura where it's like they're oblivious to you, like they're not paying attention to you like that at all. It's like they don't even see you. So they're walking and it's like they're not looking, they're not doing, they're just walking. And then, you know, like obviously the driver will try to just push it a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying? Get a little bit closer until the lion takes 1 look. And see, when the lion takes 1 look, hey, you know what? It's a feeling like no other. I'm telling you, it's a feeling like no. You know, like when somebody, it's like, imagine a person goes from, they're right there, they're so oblivious to you, and then they just directly look at you in your face. But imagine something that you know is so dangerous, is so oblivious to you, that's what it looks like, until they look at you.
Your heart drop.
And you're like, yo. Even the rhino, I'll be honest with you.
You don't want it with the rhino.
Listen. There was a moment, yeah, where the rhino's just nyamming food. And we're right there. And then you kind of get the vibe that the rhino's sort of saying, you can pass, but not yet. Like the rhino was kind of on the vibe of, not right now. Yeah? So anyway now, the rhino's just nyamming food and whatnot now. And then we're trying to get past. The rhino takes 1 look around, yeah, and does this mad grunt. Bro, everybody backed up. We was there for time. We couldn't get past. Because the rhino was basically saying, yo, obviously I'm not going to hurt nobody. You just can't go by yet. Because I'm just... Cause
Doing
you know
my
why?
thing.
Do you know why? because I want it like that.
Yeah, I hear
That's it. I just want it like that. So as long as you just stay back, just chill, I'll let you go in a bit.
It's my yard.
Do you know what? I feel like animals.
And that's
are-
what. Sorry,
Go on.
Pete. That's the thing that I like the most. We're in their yard.
Yes.
We're in their yard, and it's not a vibe of, oh, okay. You see, London Zoo, you go zoo, and they're just taking up these animals and just locking them up and whatever, and you can just run about the place however you want to go and do all of that, yeah. You see here, they're on a vibe of, nah, obviously come true, but just remember, this is my yard.
Yeah.
This is mine.
I think animals have a natural routine.
Yes.
And I think if you intrude their routine,
It's mental.
depending on the animal, it could get. But I think when I see a lot of animals that are dangerous in an unnatural routine and they're bare cool, the scary thing for me is they're not in their natural environment.
true, yeah.
If they just snap and go, wait a minute.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
I'm
you
a
know,
lion.
if they just actually thought, hold on a minute, 1 second, I don't love this, you know.
Have you seen lions when they're in the zoo and then they attack? The best, listen, go and watch the documentary on Tillicon. Go and watch a documentary on Tillicon about a killer whale. I watched it in 2013 with my ex. Shout her out. That was a good thing we watched.
Okay.
At least we done something
That
good.
was one of the good memories of all of the bad.
few. She was great. But bro,
Yeah.
you see when Tillicon was just like, nah, I'm not really on it today, you know. I'm actually a killer whale.
Yeah.
Man are treating me like I'm Echo the Dolphin.
You're right.
Like, what's going on? He started picking up youths, dashing them there. Man are screaming. And I'm just like, do you know why I like that as normality? Because when I was younger, I genuinely thought bears were cuddly.
Yeah.
You know when my dad educated me on a black bear, a polar bear, and the brown bear, and I realised the black was the safest. I realised Paddington's a liar.
Yeah, it's a
You
bit.
see them things you see at Christmas where the polar bears are with their whole family?
Yeah.
No, you can't play with
Winnie the
them.
Pooh.
Brother,
What?
a polar bear will
Winnie
eat
the
his...
Pooh?
You see when a
By the
polar
way,
bear,
for
the
years I
dad...
always thought it was Willy the Pooh, by the way.
Oh wow.
Why?
I found
Go on.
out polar bears, when they have walking around and they don't see no penguins or nothing to eat, you see that look? They get it to the picnic.
Yeah.
And then they start eat the picnic.
Yeah.
And the mum has to stand there and watch and do nothing. Listen, I like animals. I like the world to know animals are dangerous.
Yeah.
Because that's what they are.
Yeah, and it's their yard. When you're in that environment, it's their yard.
Their
if you
yard.
take them out of it, understand that they're going to get even more pissed one day. And you can't even be too mad when they are pissed. You've just taken them right out of it. Yeah, it's mad.
And then they have the other problem, which I think is happening now.
Go on.
Obviously, thank the Lord, the country got together and they put a little ban on the fox hunting thing.
Yeah.
But now the foxes are really outside.
What? Listen.
They're everywhere, daytime, outside. And I think
Uncomfortable.
I think they're comfortable because the London's changed so much. They know what their home looks like. These new foxes that have just grown into this environment, this is their home.
Yeah, that's it.
The foxes that used to grow up in the fox environment and it's just fox. But now they've got gentrified foxes.
Yeah.
You watch till you go home and you see the foxes watching Sky on some. Why are you here? Because I govern this area. Brother, you think the man with the big straps got a problem? You wait till these foxes gather up and realise they got sharp teeth. We are in some fuckery, dog.
Yeah, man.
So animals are animals, man. Keep them outside unless they're goldfish.
Yeah. I do want to do the gorilla thing now, I'll be honest with you. I do. I find gorillas fascinating.
You know about because I watch a lot of these animal programs.
Yeah, they don't play. I know.
Just
and I
forget-
know it's why it's you know why it's techie with gorillas as well? Because they will really test your fight or flight.
Brother, if you see the way he went up to the old man, the man said, I had to put... You see him down with his camera like this.
Yeah, you
He's
can't look
he
in his face.
I'm not moving. Because he's trying to see if you think you're better than me.
Yes!
My picnic can run
Right!
around here, they can do what they want.
Let
I
me-
want to know what you're on.
Yes.
What are you on?
That's why I like them as well.
Come on,
What-
my
if
brother.
but that's what makes me a bit nervous about it. Because that's their thing. Their thing is, hold on a minute, what do you think this is? Do you think you're better than me? Yeah, and it's like on a vibe of, I'm going to keep looking at you to see if you look at me.
Yeah, you can't look at them in the eyes.
You
No.
can't look at, but you also, you know what you can't do either? You can't run away.
No.
You got to
Because
stay
they
there.
think that you're a coward now.
Yeah.
And they don't like cowards. They have a big issue with cowards. Their thing is, sit down and shut up, and don't look,
But you know what's so crazy?
and you'll be all right.
Because I had a conversation with my friend Sushi today. Shout out Sushi.
Another shout out to Sushi.
And this now speaks to the thing I was saying today. I said to her, children and women loved unconditionally, men loved on conditions. That speaks to the animal kingdom because they've shown gorillas amongst various different animals that are younger than them. And the gorillas calm. Could be a human, it could be anything. They don't even do anything. Yeah. The moment they see another masculine figure,
Yeah.
Bhagwan, what are you saying?
Yeah.
But anytime it's a little you or they don't even care. You see the youths jumping on the monkey, smacking him in the head, they don't even care. Yeah. Let it be another man.
Yeah, well, it was not.
Loved on conditions, even in the animal jungle.
I actually saw baboons,
My lord.
We were just, I think we parked up.
In Kenya?
Yeah.
Sharp.
So there was like the male, the female, and the baby, yeah? So the male was just walking around a little bit. The female was just chilling, and the baby was like just trying to play and whatever. So the baby sort of like walking towards a person, and the female grabbed it, the mother grabbed it and just started patting it. Like, you can't go over there, just chill. And I thought, it's so bad, yeah. That little mannerism is so us.
Yes.
You can't go over there, come here.
Just
yeah,
be yourself. Just chill. I know you want to.
Yeah.
It's, brother.
It's crazy when
it's
you see
crazy.
it like
that Kenya trip though, that's something, you know what? I like how my friends do things and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's a checklist thing, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
I need to go somewhere with my mum, like, you know what I'm saying? Me and my mum, it doesn't have to be Kenya, just something.
Anyway, yeah. You and your mum, you have a good relationship with your mum now, right?
G, bro.
There you go. So sometimes, like, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that, but I think you go somewhere where you spend like that sort of time with your mum, you will come away learning more about her, and she'll learn more about you. And it's weird because it's like, you speak to your mum on quite a regular basis, right?
It's my G. I was trying to tell her yesterday and she was
there you go.
upset I haven't spoken to her. But.
So, yeah, right. But so, I think that like, and maybe you will know this anyway. But this isn't something that I've been thinking about. It's just like, me and my mum just chat sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, when I'm going away and I've come back away from a holiday, I'm not thinking I'm going to go away and learn more things about my mum or understand more about her childhood or understand more about how she thinks today. I'm just thinking, me and her we'll be talking. Of course we're going to talk because we're on holiday. You have to.
Of course.
Like, we're going to, you know what I mean? We're going to do some things or whatnot. But like, I came away like, oh, right. And that's why thing. And, oh, mad. There was like quite a few of those type of moments, and I'm pretty sure that it was the same for her because there was bare things that I mentioned I never really talked about before like that.
Do you know on the deep one with my mum? Do you know what I've realised? Yeah, yes. My mum, is not like, obviously, it's not like the women of today, innit? So the women of today and the circumstances are different. So women of today may see loads of different men in their life and then find a lot of information about themselves and then be able to make good decisions. I've seen 2 men in my mum's life. So with my mum, sometimes I'm like, Mum, I don't think you know how special you are. I don't think you know that you should be treated a particular way. So I'm just going to show you how you should be treated, if that makes any sense. Because she hasn't... That's the one area in my mum's life I'm like, Mum, you didn't really do anything. Like, you just looked after us kids, and then you tried one other person, then you said, you know what, I'm just going to be by myself and no way. So, like, there's little things that I see that she needs to learn. So I think it's time for me to put it in practice and go Kenya.
Do it, man. Do it.
Go Kenya.
Do it 100%. I recommend it. So the only thing that I knew about when I was away, well, actually, this was before I went Kenya. I know about Charlie Kirk got licked down.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I know about that. That happened just before I went Kenya.
Oh, so you don't really know much anything that's happening?
No, I'm gonna tell you. Whatever we could discuss. I know about Rihanna having a youth. I didn't even know she was pregnant, by the way.
Yep. Shout out Gabriel Moses on the photos.
Oh yeah. Big him up.
Crazy.
What was the other thing I know about? Protesting. All right. So boom, I've left to go Malta. On the day that I've left to go Malta, no, 2 days before I've gone Malta, someone's come to my yard to come check me. And she said to me, "Oh, you know, there's bare flags outside your yard." So I've looked outside and I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's bare flags." And I'm like, "Oh, is England playing today?" I thought there must be some type of rugby or this, that, and whatever that was going on. So I just was like, whatever. Then when I've like left to go to Malta, I've gone in the WhatsApp group of the building that I'm in or whatever, yeah. And I saw somebody mention that they saw some youths climbing up on the poles or whatnot late in the night, putting up these
England flags
or whatever. So then I'm away, and then it was only until when I was in Kenya I heard about like there was a protesting about illegal immigrants or whatever, right? Where was that protest?
Central London.
And loads of people stepped out.
Did you see our post on Link Up TV?
No.
The post, Link Up TV put a post of the pod, and obviously I got to see it because a lot of people wanted to let me know that I'm not English.
Okay, I was one of them.
So I didn't realise so many of Tommy Robinson's cousins actually checked out Link Up TV, but I'm happy to know that you watch it.
Right.
I don't really observe you lot's content, but I'm glad you're over here. I'm glad you're still eating curry. And I'm glad that you're still celebrating a football team that you booed in 2021 in the Euros. I haven't forgotten. Saka got booed. I haven't forgotten. Raheem Sterling got booed in the first game before the penalties were missed. I haven't forgotten. There's video footage. That's when I saw how bad this thing is actually getting. And I think one thing that I love is when people speak out of emotion. I've learned myself, when you speak out of emotion, you have no objective other than hurt the person. And when you speak with intent, real intent, which is beautiful, great picture of Chuckie there, you get to really see the problems for these people. So when I saw all of these flags, not on my road, and I live on a road where I'm one of 3 black people, be it white people on my road, there is not one flag. I don't believe by seeing flags, it lets me think or reminds me I'm living in England. I am fully aware I'm living in England. I think everyone is fully aware we're living in England. So when you put your flag outside right now, it doesn't feel like I'm doing this because I'm proud to be English. This feels like you're trying to say, I don't like the way things are looking. Let me let you know whose house this is. That means a lot of what you're doing is fueled by ill intent. So when you're doing something fueled by ill intent, I don't believe you should expect good things to come off the back of it. Now, if you was putting up the flag because England won, I don't imagine, and if England won the World Cup and all of these flags come out, I bet you there's a couple more flags from all of us joining in. I don't imagine that there is any bad feeling because clearly it's a celebration on something England has achieved. Now, half of you lot complaining about illegal immigrants don't even know the actual terminology of illegal immigrants. You're talking about people coming here on a boat. If you come here on a boat and walk around, you're not an illegal immigrant. Especially if you go and seek asylum, you're not an illegal immigrant. So you don't even know the actual terminology. I'm not saying I know everything, but I know enough to know that what you lot are complaining about is not the actual problem. So this situation here, all it is an opportunity for us to lift your damn skirt and see exactly who you are. You're revealing who you are. I don't remind people I'm Jamaican to make someone else feel small about themselves. I do it because I'm so proud to be Jamaican. I just got to see Bob Marley or something. You man are seeing Tommy Robinson, who is being kicked out of other countries because of immigration. And that is your leader. A man.
And Nigel Farage.
Like, I don't have an understanding of this. When I say I'm proud to be Jamaican, I give people that we can all be proud of. All of us can be proud that Bob Marley was a man that made great music. We can all be proud and immerse ourselves and have an understanding. But when you have someone that projects propaganda, when you have people that are making issues that are not essentially issues, I just don't believe that should be your motivation for putting up your England flag. It's just...
do you know what? I 100% agree. I think as well, yeah, like... I think that this country has a bunch of different problems and issues, yeah? As well as you have people, especially within Middle England, I'm not just going to say it's all Middle England, but within Middle England that just want to live in bigotry. They do, yeah. Now, in some of the problems that we might have in this country, people need they need a place to go where they can go and blame something, especially when they want to go and stay and live within their bigotry. Yeah. So when you've got somebody now, let's say like a Nigel Farage who goes on all of these different platforms, he is a voice for somebody who feels as though, all right,
I'm listening, by the way. I'm just writing something. Go on.
So they're like, okay, cool. I'm finding it difficult to get a job, or I'm going into the NHS and, you know, I've gone into the accident and emergency and whatnot, and I'm waiting a long period of time. Mm-hmm. So you then have somebody like a Nigel Farage who turns around and says, well, yeah, do you know what? Do you know why you're doing that? Do you know why you're doing that? It's because of them. Exactly. And it's because of this. So then now you get to live within your bigotry so much. Now here's the thing for me, because there's two elements to this for me. Yeah. One is, let's just say that some people are annoyed and upset that they feel as though there are people that are coming here, they're illegal, they're undercutting, and they are taking away from jobs, and they're hurting the economy in that sense. Let's just say that is a rational argument that somebody has had, yeah? And for that, they want to touch the road. I'm curious to know if some of these people will feel the same and do it in the aid of going against AI. The reason why I say this is because...
That's interesting.
The reason why I say this, yeah, is because if you look at the direction in which we're going in, a lot of the things that are happening right now, some people will be finding themselves out of jobs because of technology. Mm-hmm. You're always going to have somebody that's going to need to man it. But let's go to Tesco's, for example. I remember going to Tesco's and the whole thing was manned by people. Now I could just go Tesco's, there's a little machine there, I can do X, Y, Z, and it's just manned by one person. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the thing is though, these people will not necessarily fight against that because there isn't a colour to go against. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's not a colour. It's not a thing. It's easier for you to look at the person who goes over there, who looks a little bit different to you, and turn around and say, yeah, I don't like you. But ultimately, what's more of a bigger issue, more than anything, is that. But the other element is that in this too, from my observation, is you've got two types of people within this. One who may be fed misinformation and they feel that there's a problem and something needs to be done about it. And maybe there is a sensible conversation to be had about immigration. Maybe there is. Yeah, but then naturally, there are some people in there that are using this to just want to get off there. It's my country. 100%. This is mine. And so to those people, I say, this isn't giving off what you think is giving off.
Yeah, 100%.
And let me tell you why. I grew up, and I've mentioned this bare times, I grew up in an area and at a time where, you see, when you see the bald-head man in the Ben Sherman, two of them, you knew
what time it was,
time it was, bro.
You knew, bro.
You knew what it was when you saw these, man. Just two of them. You didn't need 50. Just two bald-head man in Ben Sherman was giving off a certain type of thing. You see today, a lot of these men are bald by force. These men don't even want to shave off their hair. They ain't even got that minerals in them anyway. And two, it's like, there needs to be a whole bunch of them in a community or in an area where they're so the majority that like they can bully the one Indian family that live on 100%. That road, and they can put fear into the one black family that live down there and whatever else. Yeah, but that's air. You see, back in the day, two man would confront a whole situation. Let me tell you something. You see the Albanian version of this. If you put the Albanian version of this, just two of them, they're confronting any situation. Any one of them, bro. You see the Russian one of them?
What?
The Russian one of them
I've seen that.
Is on a complete different... There's no reasoning.
He didn't even see it as a problem fighting.
And you know what they would have done as well, yeah? And as this, by the way, when I say this, I'm not saying this to incite violence. I'm definitely not doing this. I'm just lifting up a skirt. Because Duppy know who for frightened.
100%, bro.
You see now, back in the day with the two ball-head man that I said from that Ben Sherman and whatever else, yeah? If they're hearing about, oh, what? So the people, well, these lot in Tottenham are rising up now because they think the black lot over there think that they're going to do X, Y, and Z. All right, cool. Let's go down there then, because it's our
They're
country.
on it.
That's our country. We're going to go down there, and it's ours. You see now, when you start hearing about, well, okay, this is what they're doing over there, so then us lot or whoever else turn around and say, well, is this what's going on? Right, we kind of need to, let's forget our issues right now, because these lot think that they're going to do X, Y, and Z. As soon as this happens, quiet like a mouse.
What's funny as well?
The Albanian one of those.
Crazy.
Two of them, what? Tottenham, what? Brixton, what? You lot think you're going to...
Haven't you got the messages, Chuckie?
What messages?
No, to be fair, you didn't really say much in the video. You haven't got none of the messages.
No.
But they were quite... In the comment, it was crazy.
Were they?
It was getting crazy. I didn't even see it at first, to be fair. Someone sent me. It was crazy, bro.
Oh, mad. Oh, yeah. Do you know... But
This is what I will
comments
say.
anyway, I actually don't. I try to not even... Because sometimes it just annoys me.
Oh, I shouldn't annoy you. Because look, also... No, I just had it.
Pissed.
Oh, I just had it, Chucks. I just found it, loaded it. And
while you're looking for it, EA, did you see this?
See what? Yes,
This.
I saw.
So what was a general consensus? Like, what was
The general consensus was.
What was the clip?
The clip was this.
Me being cheeky.
England flags are everywhere.
I don't understand why you have a problem with immigration, to be honest with you. I've got a clip that can actually throw that across the board. But if you have a problem with immigration, this is what I say. What we should do is then give everything back.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember
even,
that.
Even like the curry shops that you seem to give everything back. Just have your own culture. Fish, chips, Wayne Rooney. Deal with it. Is it even? It must be. It's in
So what was their... Pause
so if you're
it.
telling me that's not...
Pause it. So what was their grandmother?
You've just generalized immigration. Like it was kind of like, there was mixed, but it was more towards like, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right, okay.
He's
So
shit.
this is what and some of them were like, oh, I used to think Poet was alright. You can't use that trick on me. None of you can. Because I am alright. You're the problem. You think you can use manipulation on me? I got a baby mum. Been manipulated. Come on, wake up, you lot. I'm going to give you a different perspective from someone else. I'm also going to let you know, in 2001, I had a team. We were Broadwater Farm B, but we were Ferry Lane A. We played in Enfield playing fields. It's still there now. I think they're going to knock down the cinema that's actually in front of the playing fields. We knew for 2 of the games of the season, and you can go on Cool Vision, Chris Bell, Andy Iam, my other Andy, Marvin, Leroy, Tristan, Leon Wilson, Michael Gribben. You can call all of the Ferry Lane football team. It's not a problem. Phone Classford. 2 of the games in a 10 or 11 team season, we were going to get racially abused. That doesn't mean we have a problem with racism in the league. It means we have 2 occasions where we've got to sort it out. I'm now not going to make every team feel like, yo, rah, rah, rah. We didn't do that. When we went to one team, we just said to let the league know we're going to bring a couple of our guys because it's a bit woo woo woo. But that wasn't a reflection of every single team in the league. That was a minority. So we were never going to scream about it and make it a mad issue because everyone identified it was wrong. And I'm not saying these people probably haven't got certain individuals that are, doing the immigration thing wrong.
Yeah.
But does it warrant 110,000 people to come out to central London?
No.
Let me show you one guy that I saw on Instagram. I then reached out to him and I told him, my G, I would like you to come to Hcpod. I love you. Just because he's able to articulate. I don't know what I'm talking about. So here's an English white man. Forget me. I'm Jamaican. Forget me. Here's an English white man wearing an England hat. Woo!
Is immigration a problem in the UK?
No,
Why do you say no?
because it's fundamental to our existence.
Oh, why do you say that?
Because we need it. We don't have enough people being born in this country. We need immigrants. It's simple.
Why does the UK fear immigration?
We're told to.
By who?
The elites that own us. So the capitalists and the billionaires that are in charge that really own us and own our parties, mostly the Tories, but now Labour as well, they tell us to fear it because they need someone to blame for our problems when really they're the ones causing our problems.
Do you think we have overpopulations in major cities?
No, not at all. We've got loads of room.
You think so, really? Because everyone says that the UK is such a small thing, the country is individual small islands. bringing more people here, we don't have the space for it. Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that's a lie. We have the green belt. The green belt is mostly empty space, and we've killed all the animals in it. We might as well build on it. We need houses. It's the fundamental thing that kills our country and kills our young people. We need to build houses. We need to make them so that people can buy them and own them, and stop them being owned by landlords. It's the fact.
So I saw another stat on ITV that in the last 10 years, there's 6.2 million people on the waiting list for NHS and 2 million children in poverty in the UK. That allegedly, that is due to immigration. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think it's not due to immigration. Immigration is the reason our NHS works. The thing that causes that is governments deliberately underfunding and sort of underutilising the NHS for what it could really be. It's nothing to do with immigrants coming in. It's to do with it being badly managed and badly funded.
Was Brexit a good or bad idea?
Terrible idea.
Why?
Fundamentally ruined every aspect of our country, and by every measurable factor, it's weakened us. We can't. The problem is as well with immigrants, the people that don't like immigrants, that want to get rid of immigrants, that would even be easier if we were in the EU. It's weakened everything. We can't do anything because we're not in the EU. We're not the big powerful Britannia that we once used to be, where we were going around the world and slaughtering people. We're a little island that's off the coast of the Atlantic. We need to be in the EU to have any kind of power or any kind of say-so. We need to have fair and legal routes for people to be able to access this country, and if you want to stop the small boats, that's how you start doing it, and eventually by becoming a member of the EU, that would help us do that as well.
And I'll ask you more questions just for fun. Would you vote reformed?
I'm not mental or racist, so no.
You're gonna get me killed, mate. You're gonna get me killed.
It's the truth. People don't like it, but it's true.
Yeah.
Where did he see that guy?
I don't know. I found him. I'm speaking to him now.
Yes.
He is a goat.
Send me that clip.
He's a goat.
Yeah,
so
he
I asked him to, forward on the pod and
Send me that. Or did you put it in the group already?
No.
Oh.
That was my clip. That's my friend. Now.
He's articulated basically so much better the original point of what I was saying as well. Is that like that's not an issue. There's the country has issues, but what happens is that you just get a voice that comes out and says, well, the reason why we have these issues is because of them. And then if you don't do no research and you don't check nothing or whatever, you just look and you're like, you feel like a victim. This person is now telling you something for you to stay within your victimism now. And then you just pass the buck on that without looking at what the thing is that is making, because this is a distraction at the end of the day. It's a distraction. And now, what was it he said the other day, Nigel Farage? And obviously I know that some people would, like, it's an over-exaggeration, but it still speaks to, this is the voice of somebody who's running a political party. He said, there's immigrants coming to the country eating our swans. Do you see that?
What?
Yeah. And then he bet, what's his name? Nick Ferrari, a tenner, that there will be some information that will come up on immigrants coming over and eating swans. Like, brother, the guy, it's nuts. It's nuts. So now, if you're already feeling like, all right, if you go to the hospital and you've been waiting for an hour or 2 hours or whatnot to go and get seen, and then you go home, you listen to the radio and you hear this man saying, yeah, like one of the reasons why this is happening is because of the immigrants and whatnot, and they're coming over and they're being unruly, they're doing all kinds of stuff. Not only are you having to wait 2 hours for that, they're coming in and eating our swans. You care about the swans, don't you? How could you have somebody coming over and eating the swans that you care about? These times, these lot don't give a monkey about no swans, But all they know is they've waited a couple hours in at the hospital, and on top of that, they're eating swans. I'm going outside.
And in my mind, it's the equivalent. I'm not saying they haven't even found someone that ate a swan that was an immigrant. I'm just saying that was more about that person than it was about immigrants.
Exactly.
The same way in the Football League, when the guy came up to me and said, you're the best coloured team I've ever seen, we didn't go, thank you, buy a packet of Crayola and just try and be like them as well. We just said, you know what, lads? It is what it is. I don't think he means it well. We're not going to go to the league and make this commotion. We're just going to deal with this set of people and educate them. Not them make that the other team's issue we're playing next week. They don't say anything.
There you go.
It just doesn't make sense to me. So they clearly have no objective other than I feel internal pain. I don't know how to sort it out. Let me just join a misery loves company. Join a bag of people that feel the same as me. But you know what? Forget my opinion. Do you know why? He articulated it great. He's white and he wears an England hat. So all that stuff about me, if I'm a little bit like him, what are you going to tell him?
Yeah.
Go back to his country? He's here.
And what? What? Like for me as well is like, yes. Maybe there are some people that come here, don't do the thing the right way and whatever else. Yeah. But honestly, I'm sure for every one or two of those people. Yeah, if you look at the amount of people that come to this country and do it right, and they pay their taxes, and they are like putting into the system, and you know, living a life that doesn't hurt the economy whatsoever, you'll realize that like this little thing that you're saying is a problem is just so air. It's a distraction as well, because the elites and whoever are running the stuff, what are they doing? What's going on? Like, how are they lining their pockets? If you start looking at how they are lining their pockets and the things that they're doing for each other, which then ultimately hurts what we're doing, that's the main issue. That's the thing that we should be digging deep into more. That's the thing that they should be more than anything. Challenge your source of information. And do you know what as well? I'm taking an educated guess that a swan tastes nice. How about that?
That's for you, boy. I'm not, swan in the dog. Can't do that. What I
I
will
can't
say,
read swan. Yeah, man.
you lot, you should work with us. We should work together. Because see the pain that we're going through? When we have a sit-down discussion, we'll realise we're going through a similar pain. You thought it was that. It's not that. The problem is actually the people you're trying to help. They're the issue. But like I said, he articulated it well.
Yeah, big him up.
Let's big him up, bring him to the sofa.
Yes, 100%.
Can
And
I-
jerk swan tonight.
Can I add on to his point? Like,
What?
Everything. That's crazy, by the way. Jokes on. But everything that he said is facts. And on top of that, the people who are protesting and complaining, like, they have been failed by every government since Margaret Thatcher.
And manipulated.
Since she closed down all of the mines, every government has failed by not funding the NHS, building up, future-proofing, building infrastructure in other towns and cities so that more housing can be built, so that more people can go there. Nobody wants to leave London, and then therefore you go over there and you see them. The cities look abandoned, bro. There's nobody there. There's no jobs. There's barely anything going on. So like,
Did they say that like Coventry or something like that? One of them places in debt. Which one was it? Was
Coventry's
it
in
Coventry or
debt.
Birmingham.
It was Birmingham.
Birmingham, yeah, and
Birmingham's in debt.
Yes.
bro. They filed for bankruptcy like a few years ago. if I'm not
Birmingham.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Birmingham City Council, yeah.
The place where the home of Jamaicans is in debt.
Yes.
Sort it out.
Yes,
Birmingham.
they-
Shout out Birmingham every
They
time.
privatized all of the stuff that is supposed to be owned by the government. They've privatized it. Bro, how are your train? No wonder your train tickets are £4 to go Manchester.
Do you know who's
Right.
going to sort it out? Continental. Get on it.
Continental.
Yeah, man. Birmingham. DJ.
DJ.
Yes. Birmingham. Sort it out.
But they,
Shout out Continental.
so instead
He'll
of-
sort it out.
Instead of blaming and
JK, sort it out.
riding out on
Big up JK.
instead of blaming and riding out on people who are seeking asylum from countries that were absolutely destroyed by the government that you support,
Yeah.
why don't you ride out on the government just like these Kenyans did, bro? They have cooked you.
Do you know why? And this is what I will say as well, yeah, because ultimately what I've my words have ultimately been speaking towards the bigotry within the issue, yeah? Because there are a certain group of people that, like, they actually don't know no different. It's not a place of bigotry. It's just they listen to the radio, the newspapers, all of that type, the media that is being controlled, essentially. They listen to that and they take what is being said as gospel. So now, if you're living a certain type of hardship and you actually turn on the radio and these are the things that are being said,
100%.
you
Chuckie.
think that this is actually the
100%.
problem. So
100%.
now they're like, well, if this is the problem needs to be fixed. And if we have to fix something, that means we got to touch the road. Now, what probably does happen, one of the reasons why I actually like James O'Brien and why I listen to James O'Brien is because he challenges that. So when you have these thoughts and you ring the radio and start talking about immigrants to this and our country and whatever, he just starts asking you one or two questions and all of a sudden it's bare stumbling. And you come off the thing and you're kind of like, a lot of you see some of them, they come away from the conversation and they're like, okay, maybe I had it wrong. And then you have some people that come away from the conversation and they're like, they just want to stay in the bigotry. But not to go into that too much. There just are a bunch of people that have been given information that is just the wrong information. Yeah. And they're constant, and it's not being said to them one time or two times. This is a conversation that is constantly happening for months and years and whatever else. And you live in the circumstance that you live in. So now you turn around, you see that, you say, all right, cool, well, this must be the issue then. Them man, they can't stay here. you start looking at that family and you're like, nah, you lot come over. And you know what? I've got another take.
Go on.
Some of you lot are not gonna like this. If you leave a country on a rubber dinghy and it takes you however long it takes to get here on that thing, give them 2 passports. Because let me tell you something. Have you ever been on a boat anyway?
Yeah.
During the day?
Yeah.
Could you imagine what it must be like to be on a rubber dinghy in the sea for 3 weeks in the dark?
Your bridges,
and you don't know what's that. And hold on 1 second, you don't even know what's direction to go in. I know if I went to Brighton and I was by the beach there, I wouldn't know which way's yard. I don't know if I'm going that way or this way. I don't know where I'm going. So if I'm on a rubber dinghy and I get there, bust me. How about that?
I earned that.
You're right then.
I do hear you. I do hear you. You did earn it. But do you know what? This will be the last time I talk about politics anyway.
Right.
I realised I just don't care as much as you lot care. I really saw the responses. I was like, raw, like, I don't feel this level of passion. If you want to wave your England flag, wave it. But I'm just telling you what it looks like in opposed to what you think it is. Like, no one's not that stupid into be believing anything else. And also, like Chuckie said, and Chuckie said at the start, Chuckie had freedom of thought in Kenya. Some of you lot have never had freedom of thought. You're consistently under pressure. So any little pressure they give you, I hear it. You give in.
Right. And anyway, brown stew swan tonight. Anyway, what else I know about? Something happened with Noel Clarke. Yeah. But I don't know, something about 3 million or something he's got to peel off.
So Noel Clarke, obviously I believe my good friend will bring up the real issues of what's happening, because I'm just going to skim over some of it. Noel Clarke, as you know, the individual responsible for many good films in the UK. I think what was the first big one he done? Was it Another Hood?
Yeah.
No, is it Another Hood?
No,
Kid of Hood. Something happened in the hood. Noel Clarke owes The Guardian a pretty penny. He owes The Guardian a pretty penny because obviously I remember when The Guardian done that whole post about him being, you know, an individual that abused women, so on and so forth, in which he goes, no, I'm taking you man to court. But I didn't understand why he was representing himself, because The Guardian is a massive establishment. So you representing yourself off the belief that, yeah, I didn't do all of these things. They have witnesses, they got a team, bare things. Anyway, The Guardian's won the case, and from my understanding, he has to pay 6 mil and he has to fine 3 mil in under a month. And there was feds outside his door like a couple days ago.
So he actually was representing himself.
Brother.
That's crazy.
Let me make sure I'm almost certain. I've read so much about this I was just like, no, Clarke, bruv, what are you doing, my guy?
Yeah. I mean, look, even if he's not representing himself.
He did.
He represented himself at the hearing.
He did, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
When I read that and I said, wait, you're going to represent yourself and battle The Guardian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Them men are called The Guardian. That means someone's watching them anyway. This is mad. You can't go against the guard.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So he lost his libel case. A libel case involves a civil claim where somebody alleges their reputation was seriously harmed by a published statement that is false and in permanent form. The Guardian published that Noel Clarke had used his power in the film and TV industry to prey upon and harass women. 20 women testified against him.
Oh. That's a headshot.
Clarke described the judgment as disappointing, and he said, I never claimed to be perfect, but I'm not the person described in these articles.
Right.
The judgment found that the meaning of each newspaper article was substantially true.
The thing is, you know, one thing because I've watched a bit of Noel Clarke stuff, because obviously I don't know what's happened, but like he doesn't actually, I don't. It's just weird some of the things he says. Do you know where I'm coming from? It's just
when you say stuff, were you talking about interviews or?
Yeah, when he was on Winners Talking podcast and he was speaking about the way he used to address women back in the day, he related it to the way in which he grew up and how things were when he was younger.
Right.
But in my mind, I understand that if you was younger saying it, but as you get older, you also have to unlearn some of the things that you believed were appropriate when you were younger, and when you speak from it, my belief is, although we're all imperfect, I'm sure there's many examples where I maybe haven't executed this, but I think the right thing to do is when you speak about an experience that you're moving past or you're no longer a part of, there's a particular way in which that you should talk about it, and it shouldn't sound like you're trying to justify.
Yeah.
You're just explaining why that was the case. And sometimes, do you know what? I could be misreading the situation. This is just my interpretation of it. I'm not saying it's the foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
But when I hear him speak about it, it's almost like but. Okay. And I just think sometimes it's like, there's no buts, bro. I was wrong. Just put your hand up. Look, I done bad, bro. And I want to move forward and do better. And I'm not suggesting he done any of these things, but some of the things he says that I did because it was just back in... I'm like, my guy.
Yeah,
like,
do you know
as
I've got
older,
deja vu on that as well, because I remember thinking recently, I must have been watching something,
yeah,
and someone was talking about something, and it was just a whole... It's a famous situation. It will forward in my mind at some point, but I just remember thinking like the best way to discuss these things is actually to discuss it without the buts, like you're justifying it.
yeah.
And just in a place of reflection and understanding why, and today you know that is wrong.
And do you know what? He's from the school of, maybe it doesn't so much happen today, but I'm from that school as well, where you were told when you left the house, you're going to have to work twice as hard because you're black. Yeah. That's not necessarily something I believe is said maybe too much today, or maybe it is. I don't know. But it was definitely something that was said when I was younger. Yeah. I know Clarke is older than Wiley, so I definitely know it was said to him. Yeah. So when he makes these mistakes, I see him recently always talk about, well, this person at the BBC, this happened and they got this. And he'll always compare his situation and what happened to him to other circumstances. And I'm just like, you don't want to be living like that, my guy, man. Although you have a case, I don't think it's healthy to live like that. I think it's healthier to live like, you know what, my guy, I did wrong, man. And obviously it's easy for me to say because some of the things that he's lost out on big bread. He spoke about missing out on a potentially 10 mil, 10, 15 mil or something like that, which is a lot of money. But I just think if you speak about it from a place of, I'm moving past this situation because I know it was bad and I don't want it to be a reflection of me moving forward. Whatever it was, I'm not suggesting all the things that were said were right or what have you. People appreciate the message and they take it on a little bit differently, but any given opportunity, sometimes he has to say, look at this person done and look what happened to me. It's like, I can't even move past it, Noel Clarke. You're not even giving me the opportunity to move past it. Like, your whole legacy is just becoming this, bro. And again, it's easy for me to say this. I'm not going through it, but
yeah, I hear it still.
I just think there's another way of dealing with it. I don't know what that way is as well, but
it's a lot of bread there, though.
Bruv, to tell him to pay that much bread before a particular time point, I'm just like, 3 mil.
Legal fees, for their legal fees.
3 mil?
Yeah. Well, I could imagine their legal fees would be expensive because they would have the best reputation.
And that.
Yeah, and every day costs money, by the way.
Yeah.
Every email, every phone call, it's all costs money, man.
Brother, and then you've gone to by yourself.
Yeah, and his house got raided the next day as well.
By feds?
Yeah.
What did they take?
They took his laptop. Apparently.
Yeah.
Why?
I heard about that.
I don't know why. I don't know what the reasons were, but he got raided literally the next day after the court hearing.
Well, can I just say though, I do think that's weird.
That's weird,
I'll tell you
bro.
why that is weird. Is because maybe this is weird of me thinking this, yeah. But it's like, all right, if he's got this whole situation where he's taking them to court, and he's trying to fight for a particular thing, I can't imagine it would be something on his laptop today.
Well, my
but how do you go from let me take you to court to my laptop's getting taken by police? Like, how does this work?
My only understanding is that the libel case is a civil case.
Okay.
But when the police are involved, they don't involve themselves in civil matters. So if the civil case has gone through, has gone against him, then he could be open to CPS, which is why the police have now come and said, right.
What's CPS? Educate me.
Crown Prosecution Service. So the police are now prosecuting you.
So why are they taking your laptop?
Evidence.
Of what?
I don't know, but take it. That's their vibe.
Alright, someone leave a comment. Educate me. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Maybe it must be a new thing or something.
Either
way, though.
Sorry, you know in America, right? From my understanding, if
you can't use this place as an example.
No. But I'm just saying, in America, my understanding is that if you do a civil case, you can't then follow up with.
No, you can't.
A case from the police.
No.
Right. So if you just won 15 bags from them, you can't now take them through the police.
Also in America, if you punch up a girl on camera in 2015, go Mexico for 10 years and come back, you're good. So Mexico, I mean America, you're great for entertainment, but outside of that, I don't know if I can be bothered anymore.
And the last other thing that I did see was something to do with Nines being arrested at airport. Those are literally the only other things that.
But they were like small cases, man.
Yeah.
Not big.
Yeah.
But I guess what's that
You
here?
can prosecute criminally after a civil case.
Okay.
So that's my that was my assumption.
Okay.
No, that's cool. I just, you know, with me, I need. So why have you taken the laptop? That's all I want to know. A man's come and said, "Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We're breaking into this house. How dare you say what you said about the Guardian? Let's go find the laptop."
I'm sure it will come to life at some point. Whatever they've done that for. But yeah.
I hope the whole situation is resolved. Everyone's cool and they move forward and they're happy. Let's stop.
Or just move forward even if you're not happy, because someone's not going to be happy.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? But is there anything to discuss on the Nines thing? Like, I don't really know.
Nines, weed at the airport. Apparently he had it, apparently he didn't. It's gone prison. A rapper that smokes weed got found with weed. What more can I say about it?
Yeah.
This was an old case.
I know, it was the one where, do you remember he was at the airport and they took pictures of him and they're like, "Oh, he's been arrested."
Yeah.
What do you mean it's an old case?
So do you know? Remember when he was in the airport and he got arrested? This was like maybe a year, 2
Yeah,
years.
about a year ago.
So this is that.
This is that.
So why has it come to a thing
So
now?
he went to court and then he hasn't. Is it remand?
He pleaded guilty.
He pleaded guilty and he's now. He's now waiting until his court.
How much weed did he have?
I'm not too sure about that answer.
Was it a thing where you probably won't know? Was it a thing where he just went to the airport and just forgot that he had it? Oh, he actually was trying to. Oh, okay.
I don't know, I just know
I
that.
think he likes the game, man. He did say to me he's institutionalized to the block. I think maybe that's different now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different today. But
Wow.
But
Just legalize
28?
it, man.
okay, boy, that's quite a bit still.
You got what?
Yeah.
So this was the case in 2021.
He
where
got how many? He had how many grams?
28 kilograms of cannabis.
Okay. This is crazy. It's just not to laugh a lot, but this is crazy.
You know. Yeah, man.
This
That might
is
be a different
crazy.
case, actually.
So how long is he gonna
I
get?
don't know.
It's a different case. Sorry, that's
They probably might add on the fact.
Oh, that was a
it would be
different
difficult
case.
to.
So you stop one sec. So you lied on my Bridget Nines.
I apologize.
You see, you. Thank you. Sorry, Chuckie.
They might look at some of the other things and just look at the fact that it's like a constant thing with him, and that might not help his case. But I don't know. Either way, I hope that I like Nines in it, so I just don't. I would not like to see this being too heavy-handed
Nah.
for weed, but at the
Can't be,
same
man.
time, you know what? I don't know, man. It depends on how the judge feels, isn't it? Depends on the day.
I bet your son listens to Nines.
Huh?
I bet the son listens to Nines.
Then he might
and the
be
judge.
alright.
Big
Is there
fan.
anything that was there anything that was major that was going on that I didn't see?
Apart from Keir Starmer doing
What happened?
the ID card thing.
What's that about?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
So he says. So Keir Starmer confirms plans for a new digital ID scheme aimed at tackling illegal working in the UK.
ID scheme. Is this going back into the immigrants thing?
Essentially,
Do you know what?
I can't deal with it.
yeah.
I'll
Basically,
read into it another day.
Your
but
NI
just
and
today.
stuff won't count in the future. You'll have to use this ID card.
Your national insurance.
Yeah,
We pay
that-
national
none of-
insurance.
No, your national ID number doesn't. It will all be into this one ID card. You cannot work. if
Oh,
you do not have
but
this
yeah.
ID
But
card.
you know what though? I think I read a book. One of the first books I read was called flipping. I can't remember the name of the book now. I used to talk about it all the time, and it was talking about like we're moving into a world where
George Orwell.
no, I can't. No, it wasn't that. It's just basically you'll just use your finger for everything. It will just be your eye. You're essentially chipped.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what it sounds like to me is this is leaning into another thing where you just use this one card. This is your identification, and this one card does everything. And then this one card, see how it's a digital card? Is it a digital card? Yeah.
It's going to be digital.
So what?
But
It's like,
there'll be access to elderly and pensioners.
so you just basically it's on your phone.
It'll be like Apple Pay.
All right. So then after a while, what will probably happen in about 10 years' time? It won't be on your phone. It will just be on you. Because your phone is on you anyway.
Yeah.
So if you leave your phone at home, I actually watched that on WorldStar time ago. I don't know if you remember this, yeah, but it was like basically saying this, but the card is within you, yeah, and so everything that happens around you is activated by the card. So now, let's say for example, now if you didn't pay your bills, let's say there's a bill you didn't pay, or the police was after you or whatnot. They switch the card off. So see when you go to Tesco's now, the doors won't even open.
So basically, like that episode of flipping Black Mirror.
Which one is that? What?
So the episode of Black Mirror where it's almost like you have points
Right. Okay.
to everyone. It's just yeah.
The
do you know
Chinese
what?
do that as well, though.
Chinese, they got handprint. You can pay with your hand.
The Chinese have like some communities you get points for doing certain things. Like if you put the bins and you brush this and that and whatever, you get a point here and a this and a credit and that and boom boom boom. But anyway, I don't know enough about
Yeah,
it. Someone in the comments tell me what this is about.
I'm moving New Zealand, man. I can't do this now.
Go Greenland.
This doesn't make no
That
sense.
is expensive to go there.
Very expensive.
That's it. Any howlers or anything?
I've got some things that I think are important to address before I go to the many phone calls. Obviously, as you know, I'm quite popular. My phone's blowing up.
To
God
bits.
bless. Jay Spears, he addressed something that I think shouldn't be neglected. Let me just access it now. Having a bit of problems on the gram. He said, take care of your skin in case they ban Snapchat. Now, the reasons why I believe this is important is not for the reasons that you think I'm going to say. Now, instantly people go, women. Now, women from what I've seen, have consistently used things such as makeup and have always dressed up photos anyway. So I don't really care about what women are doing. This is to the man them. I see you using bare things now to brush up the blemish on your face. But in real life, I see it. You lot, stop touching up the photos like that, man. You might as well wear makeup. If you're going to touch up your photos, as much as they gal them, don't complain about the makeup and all of that. You might not having makeup on the gram. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't mind you touching up the photo, but now your skin tone is a different tone. How are you using cake soap on your photo? I'm not happy with it. I don't like it, and I would like it to change. Just because you're not using cake soap in real life doesn't mean you're allowed to use it on Instagram. It doesn't feel right. But you know what does feel right? This.
Motherfuckers couldn't nary be me. Know how I know? I could barely be me. Pretty as I am, witty as I am. Some can't embrace what ethnicity goddamn. Not everybody ready to mentally expand and get beyond whatever barrier they in. Got called racial slurs every day from the age of 4 till I was of age to put that crap liqueur. By then my spirit was scraped and sore. I thought pain was the cure for what I wasn't getting in the pain.
I don't know who that brother is, but when I saw that, I said vibes have for share, man.
Strongly.
Vibes have for share. And the last one, I spoke to EA Sports about it today. Old people, just get out of the way. Just get out of the way. When you see someone 25 or younger doing something that you don't understand but it's harming no one, just get out of the way. This might all be a skip, but just get out of the way.
What? There's no sun outside. Who said there was sun outside?
You're the one wearing sunglasses.
I can wear whatever. It's a fashion statement.
It's a fashion statement. Put your freaking phone away. Why are you putting it on the thing like every other girl?
I'm literally taking a video. You're the one that walked out.
I'm literally just taking a video.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Are you okay?
You actually speak like that? You actually speak like that?
The way you were speaking.
No way you're speaking. What's your real voice?
Guys, if you're older and you see a young lady doing something you don't quite understand, it means you're out of touch. Which means don't touch that, go touch something else. Go phone Noel Clarke, go phone Wiley, phone people your age. Go do the old people thing. Stop bothering the youth them when they are tomorrow. The smartest people on planet Earth are under the age of 28. Everyone older has just found a way to manipulate and to build industries. Everyone younger is creative. They are the driving force. God bless, one love, and remember, I'm not the enemy.
Strongly. And anyway, Aki and Swan tonight. Listen, thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah.
Not me.